Hello and welcome to this brief overview of the GoTechnology API. We're going to talk about what an API is and how it allows you to integrate GoTechnology with other solutions. So in order to start learning about what an API is, first let's talk a little bit about UIs, which are user interfaces. So a user interface is a way for a person to interact with a piece of software. On the left here, we've got an icon representing a person. They're using their laptop, web browser, and they've gone to GoTechnology. So what you're seeing there is the user interface. It's a way that a person interacts with the software. And with a UI like this, you've got buttons, you've got links, you've got scroll bars. And by interacting with those elements, you can perform certain commands. So we can see here about searching, adding new records, deleting, viewing. We just move our mouse to it or use our finger and we click. So now we know what a UI is, let's talk about an API. UI, very easy to understand. Anything that you interact with, when you're using an app on your phone, the thing that you're really seeing, you're touching, that's the UI. Application programming interface, that's different. That is the way that a computer or a piece of software interacts. So UI is for people, API is for other pieces of software. And so we use a robot here to represent that. And the way that the API for a web system like GoTechnology hub2 works is it's set up using what they call a REST architecture. That's not really important, but what it does involve is these endpoints. So they're represented by these kind of plugs, these kind of sockets, and basically they're addresses where you can send messages, and by sending the right message, it gets routed to the right address and it accomplishes the right outcome. So this piece of software, if it sends a properly formatted message, it'll end up doing one of these tasks like searching, adding, deleting, or viewing, the same way a person would do through the UI by clicking on it. And the type of message that gets sent is this one. Now that might look quite complicated. What you need to know is that there's a few things that we can ignore right off the bat. The authorization, that's obviously just kind of similar to how we have a password when we log in. There needs to be something to say that that's authorized. This accept is just the format, so that's just saying this is what I want to receive, send and receive messages like, so we can ignore that. This one here, the last one, is the level, so that's which project are we talking about. So the real important thing is the top two. So get, so that's just a way of saying to the API through what they call HTTP verbs, which again, not important. It's just a way of saying we're looking to bring something back. We're not looking to create something or update something. We want to bring something back. And what we want to bring back is this. You can see the address and then API after that. So we want to bring back a discipline with a name E. So we send that message on, our API understands what it is that it wants back, and it replies. It replies with this information. Okay, well, here's all the information I have about the discipline with a name of E. And basically all we have is a description. We also have an ID there as well. Now, if we were to go through to GoTechnology hub2 and do it through the UI, what we would be doing is we'd be going to reference tables and disciplines, because we know that's what we want to look for. We'd be going down to E and we'd be clicking that. And what you would get back there, but displayed on screen rather than in that kind of message, is the name's E, description's electrical. And we also get the ID, which is the same value up there. So you can see it ends in 02805. If we go back to this one here, again, you can see that's the ID. So all the information, we're returning it back. Now, that's not a particularly powerful or useful example. All we're doing is getting back a single discipline. So let's look at something which is more powerful, more useful. And this would be a 3D model, which we're representing by the icon representing, well, a 3D square. Same endpoints as usual. We showed that in the previous example, but instead of it being a crazy robot, what we've got now is this 3D model. Now, the 3D model is going to send a similar message, but with looking for a bit different piece of information. Now, again, the authorization, we don't care about that, except that's the same. The level is just the project. What we're doing here is, again, get, which means we want information back. And what we are saying is, there we go, that's the address for the API, and then /handover MCC, outstanding ITRs none. So you might be able to guess that what we're looking for is a list of all the handovers that are type MCC which don't have any outstanding ITRs. Once we've got that information, we can then update the 3D model. Our 3D model could update itself based on that. So it's sending out a question to GoTechnology. This is the 3D model itself. No manual intervention. The 3D model is saying, GoTechnology, tell me MCCs, which have no ITRs. When it receives that information, it goes, thank you, I'm going to change the color based on that. So these rules are set up in the programs themselves. And once you've set them up once, they can just keep running as they need to. And here it's updated the color. And this is obviously just an example. You can combine those queries in different ways and have multiple queries going on, and then have much more powerful, much more complex results. So here we would maybe have a query saying, well, where's the MCC? Maybe where's the MCDAC? Where's the PCDAC? And the ones that are completed, we color them up. So we're just putting together different queries and different rules based on that. But it's not just 3D models. There's all sorts of different tools that you could integrate with. You can have document management, you can have maintenance, supply chain, engineering, data warehouses, planning, anything you want. The rules about what you can do with the API are actually defined as well. So if you have a GoTechnology account, you'll be able to look through, and this is effectively almost like a dictionary of what you can do and how you do it. There's also lots of tutorial videos as well if you want to have a look at those too. But that's really getting back into the technical details, and this video was just about providing kind of an overview. So hopefully you've seen the power of the API and the way you can use it to integrate with GoTechnology, and that will reduce the amount of manual effort involved, will make things more efficient, and it'll give you that kind of seamless solution, which really shows the power of digitalization. Thanks for watching.